Hey, I'm Devon. I'm a game developer, and we are back with more XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. We are getting pretty deep into our campaign here. We just finished off our second Chosen, which is why our roster is still a little tired out here. We've got a few people back, but a number of people still shaken and tired from that one. And then we just got a guerrilla op for our next mission. We're currently trying to get the last few regions on the map. There's actually only, I believe, 4 areas left total, but we need to get to the western US so that we can eventually do these Codex Brain Coordinates mission. So was looking at these guerrilla ops. Right now, we need intel in order to make contact with this last region, but we also need supplies in order to try and build our last comms area and be able to contact more regions at all. We don't need any more scientists. We're pretty deep in the tech tree. We've got a lab that we can spend other resources on. So it really came down to these 2 missions. I am a lot more worried about scanning times than 1 block of progress on the Avatar project. Avatar project is only at halfway up, and we're going to be starting to do some story missions to try and fill that out. But it mainly came down to, do we want the intel in order to make contact with new regions, or do we want the supplies in order to make contact with new regions? And my eventual conclusion was that we need the intel more, because we've got this black site mission that can give us the supplies we need in order to build the area. So we're going to do the intel guerrilla op. It also counters the more annoying dark event, and that'll give us the intel to make contact with new regions. So we'll be flying over yonder. Our team, we're missing a few of our high-level troops, but we can still scrape together a pretty good team for this one. We do have a bond pair here. We don't probably need a second sharpshooter, but then since we can bring this second ranger and then give them their bond pair, I believe. Who are you paired with? Yeah, so then we get a grenadier and a second bond pair here. So I definitely like this as our comp for this mission. We do have a new skirmisher and a retrained sharpshooter we can both load up. The enemies on this mission do not include a lot of robots, so we probably won't worry too much about the extra rounds. So we'll go ahead and train her up. And then she's also got a ton of AP to spend, so we'll be swinging by the training center before heading out on the mission. Yeah, mostly we want to level her up as gunslinger. We almost never use hunker down, but we do use a certain amount of overwatching and stuff, so like steady hands better. Alright, and then as far as our skirmisher goes, so we've got 103 AP to spend on him. So we get a lot of good stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and turn down the game sound just a little bit. So I definitely like going... How we don't have an upgraded Ripjack right now, nor do we have the supplies or alloys to spend on it. We do have... Do we have ionic Ripjacks? We do. So these don't have the crazy stun chance anymore, but they do decent damage. So I think I'm good just taking him up the Ripjack tree here as a first step. So that spends about half his AP. Don't really need to interrupt. This seems pretty good. So this only works if we can get him to fire twice. Combat presence is just good all the time. We're almost never going to overwatch without moving. Could go for total combat tactical rigging, let him get some more use out of grenades. Does it have cooldown, or... Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't want to spend a huge amount for that. Alright, well, I'll just leave it at that, and we can see what he picks up at the kernel end of the tree. And then before we load out our squad, let's swing by the training center. Working on battlefield medicine here. Got our 2 scions in training for domination and fortress. So we're starting to get our psionic troops moved up the chain. So that'll be really powerful once we've got that going on. So let's see. You're pretty much maxed out. You definitely have some AP to spend. Rupture's really good. We could just spend it all on Rupture or Rapid Fire. Shredder's quite useful. Killzone's not bad. So basically we could get Rupture. Or we could get Shredder and Killzone. So I really like Shredder. I think that might have been my pick under a lot of circumstances, but because we have the robot bringing shred, and we have our one of our rangers has the shredder ability, I think I'd like to try Rupture here. Skirmisher, no new information there. Already spent all his points. Could pick something up here. Salvo is kind of interesting. So if we give her Salvo... We can also give her Shredder. Volatile mix. Yeah, she's got a bit of a Grenadier tree here. I think I like Salvo because that lets us give her the war suit and use blaster launcher into... Even like blaster launcher into run and gun type stuff sounds pretty crazy. So we'll pick that up. That's looking pretty good. So back to the mission at hand. High explosives is very scary, so wish we had a Reaper to take more advantage of that, but... So we're going to go for our usual build where, oh, so we could give you the Rage suit? And we can just give you the War suit. Both are fine. So we definitely want to give you the... Oh, Shredder gun or blaster launcher? Let's go with blaster launcher on you, since you... That's pretty unique. And then we already have Bombard on the Spark, so there's a little more unique value in giving you the Shredder gun. Don't we have a Shredstorm Cannon? Okay, Shredstorm Cannon's over here. So we've got 3 heavy weapons platforms. That's pretty nice. And then we can go ahead and give you the Wraith suit. And the Skywatch. And the Powered Shadowkeeper. And Venom rounds. We're not bringing a medic on this one, which is a little risky, but think I'm okay with that. I've got you tactical rigging. So we could give you a med kit. It's not great, but let's see, we're looking at Spectre, Archon, Heavy Mech, Gatekeeper, Purifier, Lancer, Shield Bearer. Not a lot of status effects there, but we can just bring that along for funsies. We also upgraded all of these into better weapons, so we've now got acid bombs and such. We don't have an EMP bomb. Smoke bomb, that's fun. Can we give you a smoke bomb? Where's our mimic beacon? Mimic beacon's over here. Smoke bomb sounds good. I haven't actually used a smoke bomb. Just greater defense and greater radius. Okay, cool. So is this everything? No, we wanted to go for, spread out our rangers. So go for the upgraded shard gun here and the katana. And then give you the Arashi. And the Ionic Axe. Could give you a different weapon if we wanted. I would like to get some more ammo at some point here. So the only robotic enemies we have that blue screen rounds would affect are heavy mechs and specters. It still sounds worth it, actually. Could give you Plasma Boltcaster. Doesn't have this. Alright, so your current weapon is 6 to 8, 5 clip size. So it's less crit, but given that we're using you primarily for sword, Boltcaster could be kind of interesting here. Let's go ahead and try that just for fun. Alright, so equipped. We could give you... Could give our other ranger mobility or dodge. Who wants it most? I think I like dodge on... no, let's go for mobility here. And throw dodge on our new skirmisher. And then weapon upgrades. Oh, we probably have a better bullpup for you. Nope, we don't have any upgraded bullpups. It's wild. So what can we give you? Clip size would be great. Not super into stocks. I think clip size is my favorite. Got a basic scope, superior scope. I kind of like the idea of just trying to get our skirmishers shooting more. I feel like we tried to do too much fancy stuff with them previously, and should just be focusing more on some of their ability to shoot a lot of times. Alright, anything else here? Do need to worry about heavy amounts of explosives. We have a lot of grappling hooks on this team, a lot of good armor. Do you have any... Is there any other armor we could give you? You're the only person with basic armor left. Yep. Alright, let's do it. Going into a very difficult, high explosive protect the device.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position for deployment.
So it's a little weird that at like this point we're at the point where the campaign is just going well, and every mission is just hoping things don't go horribly wrong. We've kind of gone from the expectation is horrible, and it's a pleasant surprise for things to go well, to things are generally going well, so we have to live in fear of them being horrible.
threatening that device. Hostile forces are already moving to destroy the
Alright,
data tower.
we don't have a Reaper. Everyone is starting concealed. We do have 2 Rangers with concealment, but man, is that not as good as Reaper concealment.
Scattered throughout this area. We need to make sure our troops are clear of any possible explosions.
Yeah, true facts. So I do want to get to this device. We're not sure what our timetable is like. It'll depend on what type of pod is shooting it. Alright, so here we have Archon Spectre. That is a lot of health altogether. So here's a question. How big is the radius on a frost bomb? So it is 5 tiles. So we could hit all of these guys with a frost bomb and clear them out. And that is not the nastiest pod on the map, probably, but a pretty scary one. So I'd be pretty comfortable starting from there. So let's go ahead and just post up on the side of the wall here and be ready to frost bomb them. And get everyone else into good positions. One bit of awkwardness is we don't have a great place for our... We just took up the 2 places our sniper could potentially go. We could run around this corner. It's a little risky, but we see enough of the area, and I like the position. And that didn't expose any other pods out here, so even once we start the fight, we're not currently in danger of seeing anything else. Oh, we also have Corey Green, a resistance fighter. That's fun. I didn't notice him until now. So let's actually pull Corey around the side and get him in a flanking position. This is almost feeling like a frost bomb's going to be overkill, but it won't. I'm just happy using a frost bomb to Oh! Hey Uri, how are things going? So we'll go ahead and overwatch for a turn here, and then get ready to go on these guys. Alright, so here we can see 3 more enemies. Here we've got a full Advent pod. 8 damage to the relay. Oh, and the gatekeeper's right behind it. Oh, and we see another pod here. So, who has sight of them? So we saw pod, pod, pod. So we probably know where every enemy on the map is. So that's pretty nice. So if we're feeling antsy, we can frostbomb this, try and deal with this pod, and be relatively confident we're not going to activate these other 2. I'm actually pretty okay with that. Like, we get to spend whatever resources we need to do on these guys, and then whatever's left just on damage to these guys, and then we have a whole nother turn of them being frozen to finish them off. So this will break concealment, and we'll get to see where the other pod runs.
We're visible here.
Alright, so just a priest and a purifier here. So this should be a pretty easy fight, even though we're fighting 2 pods at once. So could land a really nice explosive on all of these guys. I'm a little worried about taking out walls and activating someone else, but not that worried. So you've got face-off on just these 3? It's kind of interesting. We could probably move you up for a better face-off. Alright, so this gives you face-off on 4 of them. Which one can't you see? Okay, just a Spectre hidden back somewhere. Or this second Archon is hidden. Alright, so Could go ahead and throw down some shred on the purifier first. Could use overdrive, but I'm not really feeling like it's that necessary. Do we have any good flanking shots? This is a flank on the purifier. You don't have shred. Do have an acid bomb. How big is that? Not large. Already used our grenadier. Could throw down a bombard. And this is just a good chunk of damage. And bombard does not shred armor, which makes it less useful than a lot of other things we could do. Alright, and then we can throw down the face-off on our sniper. Could do a lightning hands first. Yeah. This is a waste if it kills it, but it's really good value if it doesn't. Alright. And then just go for a face-off.
You want some more?
Alright. So would like to get a little bit of shred on these guys. Do we have a decent... We could probably get a decent flank on the priest here. So yeah, I'm happy to blow her cover here. So do we want to use our axe? We can probably get away without using our axe. So let's just try and take out this priest with the 70% crit chance. Wow. It's a rough miss. Okay. Let's start appraising the situation and where we're at. So we've got 99 here, but do not do that much damage. We've got solid whiplash. I think what we want to aim to do is shred his armor somehow. So we do have Shredder on Julia. I'm not super worried about her concealment. We can't get her into a flanking place without using run and gun, but I think I'm okay using run and gun. Would rather use that and... Oh, this was a little risky. If this activates another pod. Yeah, I know. Okay, it didn't. So then we get to just finish him off here. So then we've got Harbinger. Don't love using the slash. Could use Justice to pull the priest. Only 50-50. What else have we got left? We've got this fellow. So we are unfortunately giving the priest an action, which I was kind of hoping to avoid. We can whiplash up to a position to get high ground.
I take a new approach.
Or just hop up there. So that should give us an extra 20% on pulling the priest. Yep. Alright, and then we can just bring the rookie to anywhere they can see the priest. And get a flank shot on him. And he'll probably stasis. But we've got the Blade Storm equivalent on our skirmisher to deal with that. Alright, so these guys are both frozen, so we'll get to finish them off next turn. This guy tries to do Alright. So still got these guys. We will want to try and pull this pod somehow without the gatekeeper. Yep, got the retribution here. Oh, we missed. Oh, that's fine. Basically, yeah, we just kill him, this immediately ends, and all we've lost is one action. So, go for reload here. There is a little bit of, we are at the point where we have won this fight, so let's try and get some XP on anyone who needs it. So, can go ahead and take a reload here. We do want to be careful about moving forward so we don't pull the other pod. Alright, one down.
How many is that now?
Let's try and put the kill on Bishop, I think. So pull up to here.
Let's do this.
Shoot. And this will give hollow targeting. You missed it. It's literally frozen in place.
Come on, focus.
Alright, Corey, go back and kill the priest.
Location.
It's your first mission with XCOM, so what we really want you doing is murdering clergy. Good job.
Destroyed.
Oh, we can get some XP on our skirmisher here. So it's at 13, 5 to 6. So that won't finish it off, so we will want to get one more shot on it first. 88. And skirmisher. Finish it off. Nice, plus 1 AP. Alright, so, can go for Overwatch here. Nothing there. Overwatch here. And end turn. Alright, we are taking a bit of pain on this device here. Oh, so we can actually see... We can see the robot, but it is not treating it as though we can see the robot. I can't see the device's health, so I don't really have a sense of how much urgency we have. That said, this pod is small enough that I feel relatively comfortable pulling this turn. As long as we don't activate the gatekeeper pod, we're fine. Alright, so we've got the mech. Got 2 troopers. Mech enters Overwatch. What's our sniper got? Can you one-shot the mech? Uh, 11 to 13. Rupture. Deals critical damage, it says. Probably want to save that for the gatekeeper. So this deals 11, so if we can get a little bit of armor shred, it is an Overwatch. We could blaster bomb this little group. That sounds like a fun thing to do. Yeah, let's just blaster bomb the whole group, remove the Overwatch, snipe the mech. And we can confirm that these are all the enemies on the map, because we killed 5 here, pot of 3, pot of 2. We've got this pot of 3 here, and then we've seen the gatekeeper pot of 3 behind. We do need to be a little bit careful about not pushing in any further on the gatekeeper pod.
You can't handle me.
Alright, mech down. So, you can probably kill either of these guys. One nice thing is that this is a Lancer, and if he runs up and lances us, we sword him instead. So we're in very good shape there. I think we should be safe to move up to here. I want to start pushing forward and to get close as possible without activating this pod, and hiding behind this wall on our approach seems like a good way of doing that. So you can just take out this purifier.
You know that was good.
And then if we can get someone else with a decent line on this guy, that would be nice, but is not strictly necessary. Can you get a flank shot on him here? It's a decent shot, but not a flank. Alright, well we can just pull you up to here and just take the shot, see if we get lucky. Only a 52. Oh, we could also... we don't need to use combat presence. I'm like 90% sure this guy's going to run up, try and stun Lance, and get katana'd. Alright, yeah, just take a shot. Cool, and don't even need to worry about that. Okay, so... now we just need to start getting it on this Gatekeeper pod, and we've probably made this thing die faster by, changing it from a heavy mech shooting it to a Gatekeeper shooting it. Alright, nothing there, so we can go ahead and pull her up to here.
Do this.
Pull Wildman up to here. And our rookie up to here.
I'm all over it.
Alright. Would have been nice to have a little bit of Overwatch there. Okay, so we do have the Gatekeeper shooting this. Alright, so time is of the essence. 6 armor on this guy. So the question is, do we activate this turn or do we try and wait one more? We have pretty good cooldowns available. Alright, I think we try and push up without activating. I think this wants to be our most aggressive move.
Here I come.
So didn't get an activation there. So then we're going to...
Oh yeah.
oh, we do want to get this loot if possible. We don't have anyone still in stealth. We do not. I think it's pretty unlikely this will activate. But let's do it with the rookie just in case. Delirium Core, nice.
Objective sighted.
Okay, saw the objective.
We've got a line
Oh, shit.
target. Move to protect that gear at all costs.
I think we might actually need to activate this turn if we want to save the device. Shredstorm Cannon does have the range to hit this pod. That feels like... it's a little risky, but I don't want to lose the mission. I want the intel. I don't want to lose anything. Let's go ahead and just do this and then try and frost bomb and finish off the pod.
Shredding.
Alright, Robot, you are our sacrificial lamb. You may end up taking some damage this turn. Oh, but you do get an Overwatch. If you hit and get some shred here, that would have been really good. Okay, so no time like the present to overdrive. I'm hoping this gatekeeper isn't in range of destroying the device. So Shredstorm Cannon's pretty great here. Or just Shredder Gun. Alright, who else has some shots? So, you have Run and Gun available. You also have Teamwork available. So you could just run up and shoot the gatekeeper. I'm pretty into that. Like, you are reasonably likely to one-shot this guy. And you can ask someone else a question. So... Elite Purifier in the back? That's better. Yep, and then you get to hopefully kill the gatekeeper. You know, let's get some holo targeting on there if we can.
Tired of waiting around.
So we are very out in the open. We could Frostbomb or we could holo target. Where are we at on resources available? I feel like we are very likely to finish this mission right now, so I'm comfortable going for the holo targeting. I don't think we're in enough danger that we need to save the Frostbomb.
Adjusting aim.
Alright, and then you can go ahead and take the shot here. 77, 32 to crit. Alright. So, how far can you throw an acid bomb? Reasonably far? Who else's actions do we have? We still have yours. No, you're out. Are you out? Oh, you are 100% to kill the gatekeeper? That sounds like a fine use of your time. Don't blow up the device.
Who's keeping score?
Man, we set off a lot of explosions right next to the transmitter, and almost let it die. But I think that's a flawless mission.
Confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Alright. So, we played really aggressively there, but it definitely paid off. If I hadn't tried to fight those two pods at once at first, we definitely would have lost that device and thus the mission. So, we'll have to be a little careful with those in the future, seeing how much damage the enemies can deal to that every turn.
Remember, only together can we build a better tomorrow.
Spark dealt the most damage, probably in large part due to that bombard on 4 enemies early on. Yeah, pretty happy with how that mission went, Uriah.
Glad to see that our cooperation with the resistance.
Alright, no promotions is a little sad. We did send 4 majors on that and got promotions on none of them, so would have liked to get a little more out of that, but that's okay. Did pick up... Seriously? We didn't get the Illyrium core because we picked it up with the Resistance fighter. Alright, well, learn something new every day. That's pretty rough. But got the intel and countered signal jamming, which is what we showed up to do. Alright, so still waiting on Plasma Lance, working on hunting the Chosen Hunter. So next thing we want to do, next big target is the Forge, which will give us the supplies. We are low on alien alloys. So we only have 2 days left on picking up this soldier, so we'll probably do that. Got 10 days left to supply drop, but the big thing we want to do is get enough supplies to build this and get a team up for the Forge. Is everyone available? No, we've still got... we were going to wait... We want the Reaper for the Forge. We can probably do without T-Bone and Cobra. Yeah, we have Diamond available. in lockdown. So yeah, we'll want to wait 7 days for the Reaper and probably do the Forge then and get the supplies. I feel like we're pretty strong right now. Do we just want to force it and do the Forge now? Bring more power? We actually have the sit rep on the Forge. We can see how hard the mission is. 12 enemies. Andromedon, Sectopod, Muton. It's really the Andromedon and the Sectopod are the only hard part. We could probably do this right now. We do have extra explosives on Advent Troopers. Yeah, you know, there will always be hard missions around to do. This one doesn't look that bad. Let's just go ahead and do it now while we've got some people up. Rather than try and wait and give a chance to go things to go wrong. Actually, let's spend 2 days picking up this soldier, see who they are, and if they want to help us out, taking out the Alien Forge. Pretty comfortable taking 2 days here. 7 days feels like a lot of opportunities for new things to come up. Ranger is not what we need the most, so not ideal, but fine. He's a major. Alright, let's go deal with the Forge.
Setting course for Chile.
Alright, so how close is this to the squad we actually want to bring? Probably don't want to bring this new Ranger. So we definitely want... So here's an interesting option. We could actually put the blue screen rounds on our skirmisher and have him be the person who shoots the Sectopod a bunch of times. That actually seems like a pretty good use of our time to me. So we give her the Venom rounds, so she's just better equipped for shooting everyone in general. You do have the Wraith suit, right? We should remember to use this Wraith suit more. We haven't used the grappling hook or the stealth very much. And then we give you blue screen rounds. And then Jan is still shaken. Do we have Jens? No, he's on a covert action for another day. So we don't have a specialist on this one. That's probably fine. Who's our highest level troop that's not on the mission? We've got another major sharpshooter we could bring. We've got another low-level Grenadier, and we've got a Colonel Ranger. Okay. I can't really say no to a Colonel Ranger, especially if we're going for our split of, like, one Shotgun Ranger with the Arashi, Well, I'd almost rather... Oh, no, you're tired. So let's promote you up. And build you as Super Heavy Shotgun Ranger. And you've got 36 AP to spend, so let's go swing by the training center and see what we can do with that. Hollow targeting, pretty fun. Hail of bullets, our rangers don't miss very often. Hunker down, rarely going to use that. I think I actually like picking up conceal hollow targeting and something else. Like, if we're just building someone else as the sword ranger, I don't feel like it's worth investing in these. I'm not a big fan of Hail of Bullets. Yeah, so let's just pick up hollow targeting, conceal, maximize your damage from stealth. Still not going to hunker down. Might as well pick up Shadow Step. Alright, back on to the mission. Holo targeting on a ranger is pretty fun. I think that'll be a good use of time. Alright. Maybe you can bond with our skirmisher. So, let's make everything available and get you loaded up. Give you the Arashi, the war suit, the blaster launcher. Alright, are there any other things we would rather use here? Got Shredstorm Cannon, Shredder Gun. We're bringing 2 colonels, 3 majors, and a captain. So good mix of power and opportunities to level up. Got Rage Suit, War Suit, Wraith Suit. 1 person in basic armor. Don't think anyone has any training left to do. Nope, let's go for it.